Hurricane Melissa is wreaking havoc.
That's right. Let's take you there live. These are live images out of Kingston. And this really only tells part of the story here. The west side of the island is already bearing the brunt of this Category 5 storm, this historic storm. There are reports of roads and bridges flooding and widespread internet outages.
And a look at the system from the bird's eye view here really sums up why so much fear. Look how massive it is. Forecasters are predicting there will be catastrophic damage as a result. Michael Yoshida has the very latest.
Hurricane Melissa, one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes in history, bringing powerful winds, dangerous rainfall, and flooding to the Caribbean.
There will be catastrophic damage. There is no infrastructure in this region, or maybe anywhere in the world, that could withstand a Category 5 hurricane without some level of damage.
The massive storm rapidly intensifying as it approached Jamaica. Warm waters helping fuel Melissa, which had sustained winds of 185 miles per hour Tuesday morning. This is the first Category 5 hurricane to hit Jamaica. Officials warning it's not just powerful winds, but also storm surge, sustained rainfall, and landslides that could be devastating and deadly.
There will be flooding and there will be infrastructure damage. We have 70% of our population living within 5 kilometers of the sea in generally low-lying areas, so the risk of flood is extreme.
More than 800 shelters opened across the island. Residents and tourists bracing for the worst.
They told everyone to pack in an emergency bag so that we will have that in all our important documents.
It's really overwhelming. We've never been through anything like this, and hearing the more and more updates and more reports and how it's getting stronger and stronger.
As the storm pushes past Jamaica, Cuba, Turks and Caicos, and other islands sit in its path. In Washington, Michael Yoshida.
And right now there is a couple, a husband and wife from Indianapolis, that are riding out the storm. They're there in a hotel room.
I just talked with Brian a few minutes ago. He sent me these videos today of what they're seeing. Brutal winds, downpours that will not let up. He and his wife Barbara, they're from Indy's east side. They flew down to Montego Bay for their anniversary. Got there Friday. They've registered with the embassy. He said when it got really bad, they're going to head into that room right there. That's the bathroom. They've padded it with mattresses and pillows, and that's what you see there. I just texted him a few minutes ago. They are doing okay so far.
So scary.
No.
It really is. And Sean's been tracking the storm and also commenting about the fact that the intensity of this level 5 has been able to stay together.
Yeah, I mean, so I want to show you the satellite presentation when it made landfall right around 1 o'clock here. Not only is it going to go down as the strongest hurricane to make landfall in Jamaica, but it's going to be one of the strongest hurricanes to make landfall in the entire Atlantic basin. You got to go back to 1935, the Labor Day hurricane, for a hurricane with this intensity. So Category 5 at landfall, 185 mile per hour wind. I mean, it was still at the peak of its power when it hit that southwestern coast near the town of New Hope. We've been showing you the pictures from Kingston, okay, just so you can get an idea. It's about 75 miles to the east of where the eye made landfall. And then here's where the couple, a lot of Hoosier couples there, a lot of folks from Indiana in Montego Bay, which is now on the western side of the eye. The eye's right around here. Not a surprise to see the eye, not as easy to see on the satellite because it's over land. So it is weakening a bit, but it's weakening from a top tier Category 5, so it is still an extremely dangerous hurricane. Eventually the center of it gets back out over the open water, may strengthen a bit. It's going to impact the eastern part of Cuba, and then eventually gets close to the Turks and Caicos and some of these Bahamian islands out here before it races out into the Atlantic and thankfully gets out over open water. Unfortunately, between now and then, there's going to be a lot of destruction. We know that. As we get a little closer to home, it's been an interesting weather day. I'm going to dive in to how we're going to have a sharp cutoff the next 48 hours between some seeing sun and others getting clouds and some showers. We'll talk about that here in a few minutes.